everybody, Jake here. Welcome back to Dude Ranch DIY. As you can see, I was just doing a little bit of leaves. 'Tis the season. While this video is not going to be focused on just blowing the leaves, because that would be kind of boring, I figured I would show you how I do the majority of my leaves back here in the wood yard and for the big parts of the lawn that we have around the property. Last year, some of you that have been following the channel for a while might have seen this little rig that I devised up. It's simply a old push blower, 8 horsepower little wonder. I bolted on with U-bolts, a little bit of metal like a crossbar here, and also U-bolted on a simple category 1 Tractor Supply drawbar onto the back. Goes right onto the quick hitch. I use a big kind of like bendy cable tie thing to keep secure the like throttle in position there, all the way open, and I blow the leaves. I can raise it up and down on the 3-point hitch. I do have to get off to kind of adjust the tilt of it. I haven't come up or devised a way to do that from the tractor seat yet, although I would like to. This is just a really rudimentary thing I thought up pretty quickly last year. Didn't even take the time to pop this wheel off. It kind of gets in the way. I actually have a different wheel that's like on a big caster from like a Skag that I want to mount to this. But I have, every time the leaves basically start falling, I'm so busy doing firewood or tree work or something else, I always mean to come back to this thing and like improvise it and make it better over the winter time or like before the leaves start falling, but the past 2 years I just haven't gotten the chance to. So here we are using it again. Works great. Saves me a lot of hassle having our front lawn. If you haven't seen the front lawn, it's pretty steep and it's pretty large. We have about like, I don't know, 26,000 square feet of lawn, and it's all surrounded by trees. We have 2 really big sugar maple trees in the front lawn. They drop a ton of leaves. So this little setup works pretty well. Helps me with that. Saves me from having to walk up and down, either pushing this thing on the hill or just with the backpack blower, because that gets old pretty quick. And this is pretty powerful. I'd say a little bit more powerful than the backpack blower anyway. And I can do it from the comfort of the seat of the tractor. But like I said, today's video is not on blowing leaves. I'm sure you pretty much got the picture of how it works from that little intro there. Today's video is going to be on stacking up all of this cherry wood that we split into the Sure Trac dump trailer using the new to us Firewood conveyor. So as you can see here, I blew the leaves around the trailer a little bit just to make it a little less slippery, but I got a tote of where I've been stacking kindling and 2 small totes. We might need a third. I'm not really, it's kind of hard to tell how much is in there because it's so stacked up on one side, but that's the plan. We're going to stack all this stuff up in the totes, and then if I have time or if it's still light, I'm gonna continue doing leaves. I did the whole front yard yesterday, and it doesn't even look like I did anything. I was out there till probably about 7:30, but between the headlights on the tractor and this awesome big tool rack, like magnetic light, this thing is great. No need to like run light bars and wires and everything to your tractor. This thing is super bright. You just push a button, rechargeable in the back there, and it just goes pretty much anywhere you want. Super handy. So check that out on bigtoolrack.com. So yeah, without much further ado, let's go stack up all that cherry wood. Alright guys, well there is one full tote of really nice cherry. As you can see, I fill up the center too to account for the smaller size of these 275 gallon totes. So the fact that I fill it up to the very top, even a little bit above, plus the center there should meet the, or come pretty darn close to being exactly 1/3 of a cord or a face cord. If you want a really good video, one that I actually just saw the other day, and a gentleman I actually just met back at the Paul Bunyan show, go check out Old Guy Firewood. Dick is a great guy. He's from North Carolina, and we had I had the pleasure of meeting him at the Fairfield Inn and Suites during the Paul Bunyan show. Really nice gentleman. I was going through some of his older videos. I've watched his more recent ones, but I went through his older ones, and I think it was video number 8. It was either 4 or 8, I think. But yeah, I don't know. I'll put a link to it up above because I can't remember. I watched a couple of them like in a row. But one of them, he actually did like the math and the measurement of these small totes and how much higher you would have to stack the tote. I think he had to stack it like 10 inches higher, he figured out, to get exactly a full 1/3 of a cord, or a face cord if you prefer, in one of these small totes. I don't think he was stacking it in the middle like I do. Instead, he chose to stack it extra high, you know, on the top. The way that I put these lids on the totes, I don't think that would work quite as well for me, because I kind of use the cage itself for the lid to, you know, like rest in between the wood and the cage, and then I strap it down with these bungee cords right here. But it was a really good video, and he did a visual comparison next to a face cord, and he marked out, you know, how much wood would fit in just a standard 275-gallon tote, you know, the two 16-inch rows, and then marked it out on a actual face cord stack of wood that was like stacked up on pallets, filled up an IBC tote, and then he took the wood out of the IBC tote and stacked it up and showed how it filled up, you know, an equivalent area of a face cord. So really good video by Dick. Go check out his channel, Old Guy Firewood. He just hit 1,000 subscribers, I think, like last week. So go check him out, and be sure to tell him that I sent you, Jake here from Dude Ranch DIY. But we got a second tote right here and plenty of wood to go. I think we're definitely going to fill up this second one here. This first one took me exactly 10 minutes to fill up, and I'm chucking kindling into the little kindling tote over here. So let's get busy. Okay guys, that's 2 full totes stacked up. Nice, a beautiful cherry. Look at those two, the twins. Still got a bunch left in the dump trailer here, at least one more small tote, if not maybe a large tote. I think I'll probably pull out a large tote in hopes of filling all this in it, but I'd say it's probably more than one large tote. So here we go. I got to go change out the blower on the back for the big tool rack, because this thing is not nearly heavy enough to pick up these totes safely as far as ballast goes. Okay guys, I'm going to mark this tote over here. This one was last filled October of 2021. It is now October 19th of 2022. So I'm going to rewrite it over here, and this one will be good to go for next year. this is all that's left in the trailer. A bunch of leaves and some really small, non-usable scraps. As I'm sure you saw, I was throwing plenty of kindling, this size stuff, into this tote here, with the plan that I will either start bagging it or bundling it when the time comes, when I have enough. I'll probably start doing some tests pretty soon here now that it's winter time. But we got a little bit more than half another small tote. So in total we got 3. I put the third one over there. Those 2 last ones over there, so 3 and like a half totes. So definitely more than a cord there. The trailer definitely was not like full, but we were basically just testing out the conveyor, as you guys know, and we ran out of cherry. So that's why we're stopping. So this last partially filled tote will go over to the side there where I put all the partially filled totes with the species until I get some more cherry and can fill it up. But really happy that we got that much wood out of that tree. So that was all from my neighbor Sean's house when my buddies were here, and I went over and helped him drop that tree for him. So good stuff. All in all, really happy. So it's still light out, and I gotta go drop these totes, put them over in the section. Then I'm gonna hook back up the leaf blower, drop the big tool rack, and continue on with the whole leaf blowing thing. Pretty soon here, I'd say probably in about a week or so. I don't know if you can take a look around and tell, but a lot of the trees are getting pretty sparse. These black birches are bright yellow. Really only the oaks are still green for the most part, and they usually drop their leaves last around here. But this conveyor hopefully will be going under the knife pretty soon, but until then, it's been, working all right. I'm excited to fire it back up with Chris and start working on all this ash and maple and stuff. So that's gonna wrap up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. All in all, I think my whole plan of splitting, directly into the conveyor, and then the conveyor into the dump trailer, and then stacking out of the dump trailer is going to be more productive. I just think we can get a lot more done faster, less idle time on the splitter. And, Chris and I can really focus then on just churning out the wood with the RuggedMade splitter. And then, we can come and stack. So, all in all, I think all those totes, except all 3 of them, took me about 10 minutes to stack each of those 3. This last one took a little bit longer because I was kind of rooting through all those leaves and everything. That kind of caused a mess in the back of the trailer, trying to sort out the last couple firewood pieces versus kindling. But we got it all done. So as always, guys, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, welcome. We got plenty more firewood action coming throughout the winter. If you liked the video, give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, click that subscribe button down below. I'd really appreciate it. Questions, comments, or feedback, throw it down in that comment section below. But for now, I'm Jake. This is Dude Ranch DIY. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you here next time.